Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to listen to DSP talk almost non-stop about XQC, as well as go on a delusional rant about how successful he thinks he is, the kind of content he puts on the internet, and how much better he thinks he is than everybody else. This is a longer one, so I really appreciate you guys checking it out. Of course, shout out Snort Hogan for the clip. I really appreciate it. The link's in the description. But I'm going to waste enough of your time, so let's get into the video.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Hogan, drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
Talking twice as fast as I do now, yes. And not speaking to any of you, just saying chat. I would never say Lanuli or Blastoise or Hobo X. I'd say chat. Yes, chat. It's a chat. Yes, chat. It's chat. And you call everyone your chat. Everyone is part of your chat, no matter what. You're all part of the chat. No personal messages to anyone, because it's just 5 million idiots spamming complete, mouth-drooling nonsense in your chat constantly. But you're filthy rich, so it's worth it, right?
DSP, I personally can't watch you at normal speed anymore, so I kind of wish you would talk a little bit faster at least, Jesus. Compared to most people, it seems like you talk in slow motion. And I don't know why you're so concerned with XQC calling his chat. Why does it matter what he addresses them by? Most of the time you just call your fucking chat a bunch of idiots and morons and mouth droolers. Which again is very inconsiderate when you know that Jade has a severe disability and he's one of your biggest fans. And you always gotta bring up everybody else's money. Why does it matter how much money other people make, DSP? Why are you so concerned with how much money other people make? Worry about your own fucking bag, bro. Literally the day after this clip, on stream, he was bitching about Gabe Newell and Steam not making any more games because they're too busy rolling around in money. So he's always concerned about everybody else's paper.
You make drivel content for morons, but at least you're rich, so it's all good. Yeah, it must be great being at the top, right?
DSP just jealous that people can actually entertain an audience that likes them.
Thank you, Rack. I'm doing pretty good. He says, I hope you're doing good today. I'm glad. Common Frenzy said, I like your individual reactions to viewers. That's why I'm here. Yeah. Having smaller streams allows me to do that. If I had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people on a stream, how would I react to everybody, right? What's going to happen is there's going to be cases, people are going to study this later, because they're going to say, how is Darkside Phil so successful and profitable with the small audience he has? Because of the content I put out is very different from everyone else.
The delusions of grandeur, as he would say. This guy actually thinks that anyone's going to look at him and wonder how he's so successful and profitable in the future. Just straight delusional. Living in his own world. And yeah, your content is definitely different from everybody else's. Everybody else tries to make good content, and you continuously put out bad content. It's way different.
I'm not homogenizing my content to be stupid content for dumb people to throw me money and not caring about what content I put on the internet. I care about every piece of content I put on the internet. You know, I guess warm shits are a lot better than cold shits. Can you imagine shitting? It's like an ice cube coming out of your butt. And it's like, God, so now your butt cheeks get like permafrost, like, you know, like frostbite. But then you also have shit coming out. And we got an achievement at the precipice. Look at his butt. He let loose all the farts he had stored up there during that base invasion. He's like, oh, I'm so glad we're going back to co-op. The graphics are so funny, yo. The fucking...
Like I'm not.
Come on.
Start up some arrays. Punch a hole in the abyss.
Look, they're doing it. Look at his butt. His butt's doing it. His butt's doing it. Ooh, some force gas. Now we know the force is just his controlled farts. It's controlled fart throwing. He farts and he goes, lift, and the gas makes them all flow. And he pushes them off the ledges with these intense gaseous explosions.
Sit down.
Oh my God. Come on, man. I can't believe this game. And the people who support me appreciate that, which is why I can only have an audience of 200-300 people, but be making a good living doing it. That's why.
No, DSP, the reason that you can have such few viewers and still make a living is because you attract whales. You attract whales on purpose. You send out whale calls when streams are low support. It doesn't have anything to do with that people appreciate your content any more than anybody else appreciates any other content creator.
But they don't get that because they don't fucking have a brain in their head. They just make trash for idiots. So make trash for idiots. And be rich and no one cares. I mean, fuck you. Who will care about that shit? It's worthless shit.
You obviously fucking care. You are so upset every time you talk about another content creator who has either a larger viewing audience than you or gets more money than you. You are so upset. So obviously you fucking care, or you wouldn't keep bringing it up. Typically, when you actually don't care about things, you just don't address them. You don't talk about them. But you insist on talking about XQC every single time someone mentions him. Every time you think about the style of content that he does, you have to bring him up specifically. You've admitted previously that the reason you dogged on PewDiePie in the past was because, yes, you were jealous. You've said this yourself, and that's exactly what's happening here with XQC. You make a similar style content now, and you think that you deserve the amount of money that XQC does. You think that he's some sort of thief when you do actually worse React content than him.
Go for it. Literally says, I think the current size is the sweet spot. If it becomes too big, you're just the chat, too small, and it becomes lonely. Right, and I'll be honest. Playing Starfield last night, I was sad because most people were not engaged with the content and weren't talking to me. And when that happens, that's disappointing. If I have 200-300 people on a stream, I want you all engaging and having a good time. When we disconnect, that's terrible. And then, you know, that's the time when I feel like, yeah, it is kind of a waste. Like last night, I was having total fun with Starfield, but no one was part of that. And it made me sad.
This is a 41-year-old man who just admitted that it actually makes him sad when people don't engage with his gameplay on a stream. And specifically, they have to engage with his gameplay because they were just trying to talk amongst themselves because they don't particularly care for the game, and he's putting a fucking axe to that. You'd think it'd be a positive that people, even when they don't care about the game you're playing, still show up to your stream and talk to each other and chat with you every once in a while, but not to DSP. If you're just hanging out and having fun in chat, DSP's gonna 86 you. Despite him constantly advertising himself as a fun, chill, interactive streamer, if you're just chilling and having fun in his chat and not actively engaging with him specifically, he's pissed you're even there. Go away.
Because people were just disconnected. I don't want that. When I'm streaming, I want there to be a connection with the game, with me, and everyone's having a good time together. It feels like we're socially hanging out while there's a game going on. And that didn't happen last night. And I wonder, will that continue to be the pattern with Starfield now? I don't know. I guess we're going to see.
If that is the pattern with Starfield, DSP, your takeaway should be that people don't want to see Starfield and that you should not play it for the stream. It really is that simple. If your chat does not want to see you play a game, you should not be playing that game for the stream. Or they're going to show up and continue to talk amongst themselves and irritate you. For most streamers, people showing up and just talking in the chat would be fine, but for you, you're going to be irritated, so just quit playing the fucking game.
Okay. Oh, I just got another tip. Wow, you guys are great today. Another tip. Thank you so much. I got a $2 here from chat. From the chat to chat. The chat to be $2. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat, for the $2 support chat. Love the chat. Thanks for the support chat. Everything you do, chat. Love the chat. There you go. I could be XQC. In a heartbeat, I could be XQC. It's not hard.
And you can see again, he just can't leave it alone. He can't stop doing the bit. He wants to talk about XQC. He can't keep his name out of his mouth. For a man who doesn't like XQC and doesn't care about him, he seems to be bringing him up an awful lot.
It's got to be stupid. It's like dumb shit constantly. That has nothing to do with anything for an audience that scrolls by so fast you have no idea who anyone is. I mean, I told you, I tried reacting to XQC. I tried hard. How do you react to that? It's like, dude, this guy, these things he says are like, what the fuck?
Phil, you have a fraction of the viewers and chatters that XQC has, and every time I watch you, my first thought is, what the fuck? And I've showed clips of that already in this video. 2 of them. And that's what every stream is like.
And then sometimes he's just watching the video and saying nothing. It's like, what is this? People watch this in the millions. This guy is a millionaire.
Watching a video and saying nothing? Motherfucker, that's what you do every goddamn Sunday on your React stream. Every Sunday you do this. I watch this shit with my friends and they say all the time, is he gonna say anything? He's just sitting there. So don't act like you're any fucking different at all. And there you go, bringing up his fucking bag again. Bro, leave his money alone. Quit talking about it. It's none of your business. No one else's money is your business. Your money is not our business, but you always act like it is.
For nothing, but because I hate to say it, what's happened is back in the day, on YouTube particularly, content that rose to the top was content of value and quality and worth because people either found it like funny or informative or, you know what I'm saying? There was value to it.
Isn't it a strange coincidence that popular content when he was popular had meaning, but now that he's not popular, all of the popular content is just drivel? Isn't it crazy how that works? I mean, popular content back in the day on YouTube was like Shane Dawson literally doing blackface in a bunch of different videos. Onision in a fucking banana suit was what was popular. Like that was meaningful to somebody.
Now, the content that rises from the top is the most mouth drooler stuff. It really is. Because what's happened is now you cater to the biggest, widest audience, which just are people who just don't even think.
There he goes saying mouth drooler again. And you gotta love how he acts like he's so much more intelligent than everybody else. So intelligent that when he made more than $100,000 a year, he literally squandered all of his money, so he's still living paycheck to paycheck with a dwindling fan base. Now that's a big brain, high IQ type fucking play right there.
They just look at the screen. Everyone, come on, everyone. We're on the channel. Look, 1 million viewers. What is that?
Coming from a grown man who still finds poop and fart jokes funny and enjoys a WWE mobile game, how are you gonna shit on somebody for what they find entertaining? You unironically enjoy a fucking mobile game, you idiot.
That's the top content right now. This complete nonsensical trash that anyone intelligent would look at it for 2 seconds and be like, who the fuck would want to watch this? This is a complete waste of everyone's time. But that's the thing, people watching it don't get it because they're that dumb. They don't understand that's a waste of their time. They don't understand. It's not just XQC. Take a look at all the top content all over the internet right now. The drama content, the prank content, the trash political content. Everything has to be political now to make clickbait views.
One of the best parts about the internet is that you can go find content on any subject or hobby that you have. If you're really into mountain biking, there's channels that just do mountain biking content. If you're into woodworking, you can go hang out on like woodworking forums and shit. It's kind of cool. But DSP doesn't actually care about what content is out there. All DSP cares about is which content is making the most amount of money so that he can try and do that and capitalize on that money. Which is why it's so funny and telling that he brings up that everything has to be political for clickbait views. Because just the other day he was talking about how maybe one day he would do a DSP political channel. So it's a bad thing that everything has to be political, but he's thinking about doing it regardless. Actually no self-reflection in him at all. It's astonishing.
Right? Every single thing on earth. This fucking... I guarantee you, this microfiber cloth is political. If I told you who manufactured it, there'd be people talking politics about my microfiber cloth today. Do you see? This is what they do, man. That's the quality of content on the internet today. It's completely changed to be, how do I milk it for money, right?
Again, ironic coming from a guy who milks his dents for money. I can't say it enough.
It's sad. It's pathetically sad. The first signs of idiocracy. Yeah, go watch the movie Idiocracy. And you'd be like, wait, this is supposed to be a comedy? I thought it was a documentary. It was supposed to be a comedy when it came out, like 20 years ago. It's not anymore.
Yo, if I had $1 for every time some boomer brought this point up, and yes, I know he's not actually a boomer, I'm just using it as a derogatory for old people. Shut up.
That's literally what happened with people now. They're just that dumb.
Wow, 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 the dead air.
Just listen to this. Legit question from Beef Lord. How is the vest, hat, and glasses, which by the way I took off, not incentive to milk people for money? No one comes to my fucking stream and contributes to see it. It's that simple.
If nobody comes to your streams and contributes to see the goals, that just means they're bad fucking goals, dude. The rewards for hitting the goals should be an incentive to hit the goals in the first place. They should add some sort of value to your viewers or at least be entertaining.
This is just a silly thing. Right now, if I take this off, and if I take this off, okay? Did the viewers leave? Is everyone leaving in droves? People aren't here for that. All right? They're not. That's silly. It's a way to say, hey, listen, you supported me. Let's just do something absolutely silly together, right? Just for fun.
And I'm going to jump the gun here because he's going to talk about Rich taking his shirt off and sucking on a cucumber in just a second. But I want to address this point now. But he describes it as, let's just do something silly together just for fun. That's actually what Rich is doing. Except what Rich is doing is at least entertaining, because it's actually silly, goofy, and sometimes uncomfortable. You putting on some fucking pair of glasses and a dumbass hat and this stupid vest adds actually zero value to your stream. It makes you look like a clown, but it's not even entertaining to make you look like a clown.
No one says, man, let's send Phil $100 so he'll put on a red fedora today. No one fucking says that.
No one says that, but when the vest streak was gonna end originally, you got on Twitter and absolutely begged, and then you drug the stream out for a while so that maybe you could hit it. But nobody cares about whatever fucking stupid clothes you put on. This is some of the stuff that bothers me the most about DSP, because he'll say one thing out the side of his mouth, and out of the other side, he'll say the exact opposite. All week he got on stream saying, oh, it's been so long since we put a hat on. It's been so long. Oh. But I thought no one wanted to see you put on a hat, DSP. I thought people didn't care about that. Why'd you even mention it? So you can milk your fucking dents into giving you more money. And that's exactly what you're trying to disprove right now. That's not what you do. You don't milk them by putting on these clothes.
That's a cop-out, again, from those who are so jealous of my success that they have to try to justify it that way. If you think this hat is the equivalent of someone reacting to trash content, right, and doing absolutely nothing. Chat. What did the chat say? The chat. You think this is the equivalent of that, really?
No, I genuinely think the hat is worse. I think the hat is worse because it's a worse value. People actually like XQC. People donate to XQC because they actually like him and they like the content he does and they like the atmosphere that he creates on his streams where they can hang out and chat and they can talk. People like watching him. You, on the other hand, you get on stream and beg and you don't let your dents have fun in your chat. They have to be hyper-focused on you. They can't talk about what they want to talk about. Any recommendations or suggestions they give you, you call stupid. You constantly insult them and use derogatory words that you shouldn't be using against them. And when they finally give you enough money to hit your stupid goals, what's the reward that they get? What value is added to the stream? Where some streamers do giveaways, and Tevin takes shots, and ALT's got polls you can do the entire stream. What are these people who are giving you their disability checks? What do they get for giving you that money? They get to watch you put a hat on, or some glasses, or a vest. And worse than that is on numerous occasions, you've gotten upset at a video game and taken the shit that they paid for off because it was too distracting. Immediately what comes to my mind is the Ryu headband that you took off while playing Street Fighter 6 because it was distracting you. The hat's on fucking topic with the game and you took it off. What is distracting about a headband? It just sits on your head. So no, this shit is way worse because it's also partially a scam. Partially a scam and adds no value to begin with.
Do you not hear the meaningful conversation that we're having? Are you deaf? Do you not see the difference, right? Or the other funny part about it, so I put the hat, I'm putting clothes on to be silly. There's people out there who literally take off their fucking shirt and suck cucumbers every day. Do you think there's a little difference between this risque, sexualized trash content versus me actually just putting a hat on? Do you see the difference?
Yes, one of them is entertaining and funny and absurd and actually silly, and you just look like an idiot, for lack of a better word.
If you don't, I'm sorry, you're probably not the brain level for this content. You're just not. I really apologize that you're not the brain level to understand the difference, okay? There's a big difference between someone doing something risque. Literally every time they do something like that, it's the accident for me all over again, right? Only they're actually doing the accident for money.
But it's absolutely not the same thing. Because you were caught with your guard down completely exposed. And I don't mean completely exposed like we seen your parts and whatnot. I mean completely exposed to the world for what you really are. You were really beating it. They're simulating the act for a meme, for money. Those two things are completely different. Kind of similar how being a murderer and joining the military and having to kill somebody are two completely different things. The act might be the same, but it's the cause and it's how it came about that are completely different. It's also about the authenticity. Pretending to beat off online is completely different than actually beating off online, for example.
Every single time that they take off their shirt and they fucking do that nonsense, they're doing it as a way to make money by doing something sensationalistic, right? My accident is the biggest sensational thing you will ever see happen on any of my streams. It will never happen again, and it was a complete accident. So make fun of me for having an accident happen, but these people get away with doing these ridiculous things, these pranks, these stunts, these awful things they do. That's acceptable somehow in the modern scheme of content creation.
Because they are doing it for entertainment. That's how being an entertainer works. If what you're doing is entertaining, then you get away with it because you're an entertainer. That's what you do. You, on the other hand, were caught completely off guard in a very vulnerable moment. And when people like Rich are caught completely off guard in vulnerable moments, like when he's arguing with his now ex, people clip that and they made fun of him for it. The vulnerability is what makes moments like that. It pretty much has nothing to do with the actual action.
Right? But me put a hat on? Oh, what a horrible stunt he just pulled for money. Are you out of your mind? This stream would be successful without this hat, without that vest, without any of this. We'd all still be here having a good time. And if you don't believe that, you're a fucking idiot. Because you listen to the wrong people. And I can't help you from being stupid. Okay? I can't. I can't make you not be stupid. That's right. BattleDuck says, remember, I say you don't play a YouTuber's life, right? The top YouTuber philosophy is just to get ahead by any means necessary. And that's correct. How do they say it? Make that bag. By any means necessary, make that bag. It doesn't mean who you step on, who you screw over or ruin. It doesn't matter who you hurt. It doesn't matter if the content you put out there is completely worthless, drivel content that just clouds the internet with more trash that no one should be watching. It doesn't mean, as long as you made that bag, that's all that matters.
DSP, how many people did you throw under the bus and not pay when you made Project 7? How many people have you fucked over by working with them after that? I mean, you fucked over the side scrollers. Every interaction you've ever had with Rich went horrible, even when he was trying to be nice to you. You almost fucked Boogie and Wings out of 50K. You've shit all over Keemstar when he was trying to give you a fucking bag. And you want to talk about flooding the internet with content that nobody really needs to be watching. You've released thousands of video where the short summary is dick and poop jokes. So don't act like you create a fucking magnum opus every time you open OBS. Like it's all meaningful content or something. When in reality, you're the epitome of terrible fucking content that no one needs to be watching. This is all just massive projection. You're the very thing that you're talking about. But you have an inability to self-reflect. A grown man who can't self-reflect is just embarrassing. That's why you are the way you are. And no one can save you from yourself because you refuse to learn from your own mistakes. King of deflection. Nothing is ever your fault. Everybody else is stupid but you. They all make terrible content. It's their fault that you don't get the viewership and money that you deserve. Just saying it out loud sounds delusional.
And that's the philosophy of most of these people out there who make a living doing this. It's sad. There's some that are different, and there are exceptions to every rule, for sure. But sadly, when you see these people all follow these same tried and true formulas, right, to be successful, and yet why do they all look the same? Why do they all do the same things? That's why. They don't care. All they care about is the money that's coming in. And trust me, the moment the money dries up, they'll be out of there. They're only there for that. That's the only reason they were there to begin with. By the way, did you notice the vest has been off for 5 minutes and the audience didn't leave? You noticed that, right?
Shut the fuck up, you smug piece of shit.
No one contributed to see this vest. They contributed because they liked the content, and then as a way of saying thanks, I do something silly like put on a vest or a hat.
No, they donated and contributed because you fucking beg for it every day and tell them that you're gonna go homeless or whatever if they don't. It has nothing to do with appreciation for your content. Shut up.
I want to pay money to really see this joker embarrass themselves publicly on a live stream because they're such a loser. They would actually do it for money because it's the only way they can make money because they're that desperate. That's the difference. See? Okay. No, actually, it wasn't that I wanted to take the vest off at all. That wasn't the point. The point I was making was that people aren't here for the vest. No one cares about this, right? No one at all.
If no one cares about it, then why are you putting it back on at all? Why are we doing things on a stream that nobody cares about? It's just a question. What sense does it make to do things on a stream that nobody cares about?
It's not a big deal. It just never has been. There was that stupid streak 3 years ago that happened, and then it was a big deal, and mostly it was amongst my trolls who have a very low mental capacity and thought that for some reason it was exciting to see me put on the vest every day. I don't get it.
I'm just going to show you 3 tweets that he had posted the night that the vest streak ended originally. Keep in mind, he said that nobody cares, nobody cared then except for his trolls. But these are the tweets that he posted. These are the tweets, just pause them as you need to read them.
But outside of that, my fans just cared about supporting my content. That's why they were here supporting every day, and that's why the vest streak lasted so long. And now, it's not a big deal. But by the way, even not hitting the goals all the time, I'm still good because I still get consistent support. That's what I mean. People just don't get it. They don't get the formula. That in 15 years, rather than me focusing on satisfying every moron out there, instead I focused on my actual fan base that cared, and now I make content they love, and they support me.
Oh no, Phil, we got it. You're not interested in entertaining a large group of viewers. You're interested in summoning like 3 or 4 whales at a time, and that being your only source of income. We've had that one figured out for a long time, buddy.
People don't understand that because no one else has done it. Who else does that? Everyone else, I gotta appeal to the massive fan base. When I get the maximum views and the maximum idiots in my chat, that means I made it. No. Not at all. I went completely the opposite way. Weed out the bad influence and sit here with the positive people and have good streams that they love, and they will pay to see it continue because they like that stuff. It's a complete different philosophy that no one has done yet. Here I am. Am I not the case that it works? But I guess not, because again, these morons just want to sit there and I can't believe that, so let's just make fun of them constantly and say dumb shit that's not true, right? So there you go.
You are definitely not the case of this being a successful business strategy. A man who's filed for bankruptcy should not be viewed as a successful businessman at all. A man whose house is falling into ruin because he doesn't have the time or money to fix it. A guy who works 6 days a week with 1 day off. None of that sounds successful to me. None of that sounds like an applicable strategy to me at all. The word of the day is definitely delusional. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I apologize if at any point I sound particularly tilted. I'm not really that upset. When I do make these videos though, I tend to get lost in them. At the end of the day, we're just here to point and laugh at DSP, so it's all fun and games. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I feel like I say this in every video now, but that should be a testament to how good he is at uploading these clips. Big shout out to Snort Hogan, really do appreciate it. As always, the link's in the description. Make sure you guys check out his channel for all your constant DSP updates. Make sure to check out other detractor channels and dive deeper into that Snort tax.